All right. Greetings, everybody. Peace and blessings. Hotep, hope you're well. Haki Ami, the Success Gala. It's a beautiful day. Hope you are doing wonderful. I'm here this evening, this day, this Blacktastic day. I'm going to have a great discussion and conversation about an organization that has been working for the empowerment, freedom, liberation of Black people all throughout history and all throughout all, not just in the United States, but all over the world. And I'm talking about the UNIA, United Negro Improvement Association. And I have joining me live a brother that's been working. Certainly, many have known and seen him throughout the Baltimore metropolitan area and certainly throughout the DMV and all up and down the East Coast and Belize or somewhere else. I know you've been traveling to, my brother, but allow for me to introduce Brother Everett, and I'll let him share his position and history as a true Garveyite, a true community organizer, true thinker. He's doing some tremendous work, and he has the RBG. He and some of the other brothers and sisters that we can collectively share and say that have putting together RBG Awards dinner this coming Saturday. But allow for me to come on in, my brother. You here? Sounding good?
Yeah, you hear me?
Sounding good, brother. One God, one aim, one destiny. Right?
My man, race first, race first.
Race first. Indeed. Yes, sir.
Peace
All
to
right.
the family. My name is Brother Everett. I am the Minister of Information for the entire UNIA, ACL, Universal Negro Improvement Association African Communities League. I'm also the president of the local division in Baltimore, Division 106, Barca and Clarke, named after the great General Hannibal Barca and one of my favorite scholars of all time, Dr. John Henry Clarke. And we've been grinding out for the UNIA for about 4 or 5 years now, and it's just a blessing to be a Garveyite and a follower of myself.
Oh, beautiful. Ah, man, no, I didn't know when I saw the Barca. I didn't put that together. So Hannibal Barca is Hannibal from the with
Northern Africa, the
the fourth.
elephant. Yeah, yeah, that's
Wow.
most of our divisions. Excuse me, most of our divisions are named. We try to name them after two ancestors, if possible. So ours is named after the General Hannibal Barca and the great scholar John Henry Clarke. For those that know a brief history about the UNIA and why we chose them, Marcus Garvey is a component of education, reading, teaching, and history. Um, he was one of the first that was starting to learn about ancient Egypt, which we call Kemet now. He probably didn't have that information back then, but I'm sure once he got it, a lot of his views would have changed. But he was also a component of defending our nation, defending our community, um, and so we wanted to put that Barca in there, Hannibal Barca, to let him know that we're loving and kind people, but we can't let history repeat itself. We're here to defend our nation, our people, our community, not
Mm,
just from outsiders, but even from some of the evil people within.
mm. Wow, beautiful. Well, I have in front of me, brother, the UNIA calendar 2024.
That's
So
you.
I'm going through it each day on the calendar. First, it starts out with I'll just first mention the 42 admonitions of my aunt. So I would encourage everybody to check this out. And then the every day there's a new, a particular day in history that people can learn about. So, for instance, and I did not know this, but Arturo Schomburg, we share the same birthday
Wow.
in New
Wow.
York. Yes, it's so interesting. And before, I can't recall, like some years ago, uh, the brothers here used to do was called a Malcolm X tour, and I can't recall, but I know one of the stops was to go to the Schomburg Center in New York, but I can't recall like going there because I know I've been on the tour like a few times, maybe one of those times every, each year groups go to Malcolm X's birthday. And I know that the Soul School, Baba Tunji, who's an ancestor now, but he kept that going for a long time. I can, 30, maybe 40 something years.
Wow.
But interesting. I just went for the first time to the Schomburg Center just last weekend. Last weekend for the first time I was able to go. So but that's and actually a sister from Dominican told me that I need to go because she actually grew up in New York and said that to go to the Schomburg Center. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna go. And I mean, I was happy to be in New York anyway, so that was a good experience to build on. So
Yeah, our
but,
calendar is man, our calendar is phenomenal. It provides a lot of important dates. I always find I still got to look at it because there's so many people that I don't know. I find out about. We try to make it as Afrocentric as possible. Um, we try to give people some knowledge that they haven't heard, and give history about the UNIA as well as some of our national holidays that people aren't aware that we have for Black people. But it's a phenomenal calendar. I recommend everybody go out and get it, learn, give it to your child, the youth, so they can pick up certain things. Um, yeah, it's definitely phenomenal. I know there's a calendar called Black Seed, real nice as well. I like that calendar, but I really like our calendar. I think it gives a little twist of Garveyism, and it's very nice. So,
nice. Man, so as I'm looking at this as well, brother, of course you got something the Race First book, Tony Martin, a premier scholar on Marcus Garvey. And I saw this. This is a picture of the original stock that
the Black
Garvey.
Star.
Yes, the Black Star line.
That's
So,
interesting that you mentioned. Sorry to cut you off. That's interesting that you mentioned that. I like to touch up on a lot of those things. Tony Martin um, created the book Race First. A lot of people don't realize not only was Tony Martin a UNIA member, he was officially nominated as the UNIA historian at the time. And so race
mm,
first is a UNIA ideology. Um, Not to say we were the first ones, but I believe we took it to the next level. We really lived that as our life. If you go to our meetings or anything, you hear race first a lot. We usually greet each other with race first, my brother. When we leave, and we always say race first to remind ourselves that this is how we have to live. To remind ourselves that we need to put our communities first, put our businesses first, start building our schools and our communities. And so that's very important when you mention Tony Martin and that ideology. I see a lot of
mm,
other people use race first, and that's a great thing. That's a great thing. We just always like to remind people that when it comes to the UNIA, um, that's something that we call a lifestyle. It's not a slogan. It's not a hashtag. That's something that we have to live. Um, you know,
mm,
you might not be able to buy from a black owned all the time, but we build to do that. You know what I mean? We build to start supporting our
mm,
own. I like to always say when we talk about race first and supporting our community, we got to give our black-owned businesses a little more time and patience. McDonald's messes up an order, we still go back to McDonald's. Even Chick-fil-A messes up orders, and they got that long line. We always go back, but when a black-owned business messes up, we don't support it. Yet we'll go support other cultures when they have Baltimore City chicken spots. We can go get a chicken box or what we call carryouts in Baltimore City, from other ethnic groups. But if you go to a Jewish community, you will rarely find a black-owned person in the Jewish community owning a bagel shop. So
mm,
they're not going to allow us to rip off their culture. So systematically, we have to do this for survival. and teach race first. So that's a very important book by our historian Tony Martin. I hope everybody goes and gets it. And of course, the Black Star Line, um, the steamboats and the shipping company that Marcus Garvey had. You know, just phenomenal to be able to do that back in the day. A lot of people look at some of the businesses that don't go well as failures, but I always like to look at them and think about how many people have shipping companies or cruise lines right now that are black. And now think about him having it in the early 1900s. It's phenomenal what he did. So, you know, we like to push businesses, and that's a very important part of history. And we're doing that now. We actually have a grocery store called the Barca located in New York. We're trying to bring one to Baltimore. We're working on the building for that now. And that's, I see somebody posted our RBG Gala Saturday. I don't know if we put that up, but that's going to our building fund to hopefully get, it's not just a building, but start putting together to bring that grocery store to Baltimore and DC as well as all of our other divisions is. So we're really trying to push that narrative and bring back a lot of the things that Marcus Garvey has done. We have the grocery store. We can invest in that. We have stocks for that. We have a couple of farms, one in the island of Curacao. Shout out to my brother Tiki, the commander there. My brother Roz Moses, the division president. We have a farm in Liberia, Africa. And so we're really pushing and, you know, we're just really trying to keep that philosophy of Marcus Garvey going. And that's some very powerful story information happening. Picture of the actual one of the original stocks of the Black Star Line.
Mm-hmm. Right. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And I'm looking at the back of this catalog, and something stands out. If you can give and share what was the role, for instance, I mean, we can talk about Garvey, of course, but you know, every tree has its root, if you will, and every root and tree has branches, of course. So where was, you know, many people many people may not know of the different branches, if you will, but I see, for instance, the days of obligation on the back, holy, UNIA, holy days of obligation. Then I just pull out, I see that you know, talk about Dessalines a few times in Haiti, but also Carlos Cook of the it says his birth in Dominican Republic. Like, coincidentally, I was talking about the sister in the Dominican Republic. But what was his role as it relates to the UNIA or Garvey or Garveyism? How would you describe his role? And I'm asking for myself as well.
Carlos Cook. Well, I hope I don't mess this question up. That's a New York division that's named after Carlos Cook.
Okay, yes.
And actually, our President General, Michael Johnson, he sits in the chair of Marcus Garvey now, and he loves Carlos Cook. He's passionate about Carlos Cook.
Oh,
we
right.
call Carlos Cook the ideology son of Marcus Garvey.
Mm.
He was real close to Marcus Garvey, and he was kind of like the muscle for Marcus Garvey. You know,
right.
Carlos Cook, soldier for the UNIA. Eventually, he branched off and did his own thing, but
right.
he is a hardcore presence in the UNIA structure during our heyday with the UNIA
right.
and Marcus Garvey. Marcus Garvey loved him like
okay, all right. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And
President General, he could tell some stories about Carlos Cook, man. One day I got to introduce you to him. He is a powerful brother, and if you ever, one of the things about being in the UNIA, a lot of people don't understand is, I first learned this when I joined. My teacher, Roz Martin, from the Atlanta division. I asked him, you know, what are the things that it takes to be a UNIA member? And he said, you have to learn. You know, we take our studies very seriously, and our orientation course is strong. Like, it's like a college course. And, you know, we learned about Carlos Cook. We learned about Malcolm X's mother, who was one of the first, if not the first female person that wrote in the Negro World, a newspaper at the time. You know, we learned about powerful sisters that went to UNIA. You know, but you really got to study. That's how you earn your stripes from the UNIA. Taking your studying very seriously. You mentioned the dates uh, uh, that are very, very institutional for us because a lot of people think it's just Marcus Garvey, you know, but it wasn't just Marcus Garvey. Marcus Garvey was the head of a nation. Back then, I don't think anybody, any black organization has surpassed Marcus Garvey's UNIA back in the heyday. And he had a lot of followers. And it wasn't just him coming up with the red, black, and green UNIA flag. It wasn't him just coming up with a Declaration of Rights, Negro peoples of the world, and a constitution and things of that nature. And they all came up with these holidays. Our first convention in August 1920 lasted a whole month. So at the end of August, consider that a holiday for all black people. And a lot of people don't know about the dates. A lot of people don't know about, you know, a lot of the holidays that we celebrate. And it's very important that we start teaching and letting people remember or learn about Marcus Garvey, about the UNIA, and about these important dates that we follow. And it's very important because it's something phenomenal for what they did back in the day. And we have to keep kind of like Marcus Garvey. We have to keep them alive. We have to keep the legacy of all the ancestors alive. It's very important. Very
Right.
important.
Yeah, no, and I didn't. You know, I'm glad that you posted that Marcus Garvey and his wife got married in Baltimore. His second wife. I didn't know that. I did not know
you know
that.
what? I didn't either. His was really crazy, brother Tashaba. Um, and I saw him. We were doing a UNIA. Me and I saw it to their own shout out to brother Tony. We were doing a rally, giving out free food or something. And I met the brother. He introduced himself. He was like, I'm in the art social club, this and that, and I'm in a story. I was like, okay, you know. And he was like, you know, Marcus Garvey got married in Baltimore, and I was like, nah. So he just gave me a whole bunch of research.
Wow.
And I'm actually going to get it okay to put it in the next magazine. It's phenomenal. Yeah, Marcus Garvey got married in Baltimore. One of our former president generals, William Sherrill, came to Baltimore for a brief minute. You know, we had a lot of UNIA businesses in Baltimore. Baltimore was a huge, huge, huge development in the power of the UNIA. Can't forget that, yeah. But that was fun. He just came out. I was meeting him, introduced his stuff, and then he just, you know, we say, hey, you know, I'm president. You know, gave him my card, and he just called me and he's like, you know, Marcus Garvey got married in Baltimore. It's like out the blue. I was like, what? And nobody knows that. You know what I'm saying? That was just phenomenal that he mentioned that.
Wow, no, I looked it up too, and
yeah,
it was clear as day. I was like, wow, you know, so
yeah. His
wow. Oh no.
His wife. It's a book called Garvey and Garvey. That's one of my favorite books now as well. And it goes through how powerful his wife was and how much she was his backbone. You know, when he was in jail, but even when he was out, she helped him write speeches and things of that nature. And I think that I'm not going to say that's the reason, because Marcus Garvey had a lot of powerful people in the UNIA, but we really, really promote our females. We have lady presidents and male presidents, but you can be a president and not be a lady president. You can actually be the president. Our division in D.C., Division 330, has a female as the president. So we really try to promote black women. It's very important. It's important.
Is that Aquia?
No. That is
okay.
No. That's not her. That might be another fraction.
Okay.
That's Sister Lorraine Butler.
Okay.
Yeah, she's a powerful sister, and there their meeting headquarters is actually Thurgood Marshall Center, I believe.
Yeah.
I believe, yep, that's where they usually have the meetings and things like that. Shout out to our DC division. They do a lot of powerful work. Our third President General, Charles Butler, is there. Um, uh, Brother Al Bada, he's a protocol, Minister of Protocol. So, DC as well has a lot of roots with the United States.
Yes, yes, yes. Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, man. So this is beautiful now, and I'm hoping to.
Not to cut you off, but before I forget, also, and I don't know why I'm going blank. I don't know why I'm going blank. Probably tired. But Black Cross nurses, we have
Mm,
that started the Black Cross nurses from Baltimore. And so we
wow.
have a lot of roots, and I can't. I gotta pull this up. I don't know why. I don't. I should know her name by heart, but I'm going blank. But
Mm,
yeah. So Baltimore is a huge staple in the UNIA. It has a lot of history. And we gotta let our people know that sometimes we think Baltimore is just a lot of pain and suffering, but we was in the struggle heavy back in the day. We got to remember that the UNIA had a lot of black-owned businesses in Baltimore City, among other
mm.
cities. That's encouraging to a lot of people that once you know your history, you can forward and say we can do it again and do it better.
Right, right. Indeed, indeed. All right, yeah, man. So that's beautiful, beautiful. No, so I appreciate these insights, and we are looking forward, to this Saturday, brother. So is this the first gala, right? I mean, the first. So it's the division, Baltimore Division 106 is having a gala and awards dinner at a black uh, establishment, keeping it in our community, and just recognizing community leaders and coming together, and having, I'm sure, some music and some some a good time, but some also people sharing different types of knowledge, right? Learning the history. So what is the program going to look like? What we building on this time, brother? So you can open and share.
Oh man, the program is going to be phenomenal. We're going to open up with some libations. We got Brother Charles Wilson. He's going to be doing. Brother Charles Wilson of Washington. He's going to be doing some couple of drumming for us. Uh, we got a couple of poets. That's going to be really nice. Sister K Love, she's very powerful.
Oh
We
yeah.
got a young child that's going to be reciting some poetry. So that's going to be great. We do a lot. We have a lot of youth programs. We're going to be providing a bunch of awards. We're going to be giving awards to the owners of everyone's place. That's going to be popular. You're getting one. We appreciate the work you're doing. We like to acknowledge the people while they're here. Baba Charlie Duggar, Grandmother Edna, Dr. Maat. She's a powerful, powerful sister that's always doing work in the community. Brother Dr. Asar Winkler, who one of the owners of TNAC. They have a restaurant there as well. And we have a special guest that's supposed to be coming through. He's running for mayor of Baltimore City, Brother Bob Wallace. Marcus, a lot of people say, what's the UNIA getting involved with politics? And Marcus Garvey teaches us that you need to know every politician in your community. You need to know every community association leader. You need to know every pastor. You know what I mean? You
And
need to
see,
be involved in that. And people get taken back because they think liberation our own, but while we're living in somebody else's society, a community, we got to be involved to get our best interest. You know what I mean? That's something that he teaches them. And the system right now is very corrupt. I'm not supporting any candidate, but I want to hear what our candidates say. This will probably be maybe the fourth or fifth politician that spoke to us. And a lot of these politicians have a lot of powerful things. Maryland Delegate Kayla Young, he's trying to pass some bills for his community where each homeowner can get door ring bells, alarm systems, the cameras. I
hmm
think that's a powerful thing. He's trying to raise the inmates in prison salary, so it won't be like they're working as slaves, and they can give that money home to their family. Uh,
Mm,
so we've had a couple of mayor candidates. We haven't had this brother, and that brother is willing to come and speak to us about how he feels about Marcus Garvey and his plan. And I'm not going to lie, I like what the brother was saying. So we want to
mm.
get this brother's ideas out, try to support him as much as possible. Well,
Right. No, let me tell you. No, interesting. I'm glad you told me. I mean, but yes, I did see about Mr. Wallace. I call him Mr. Wallace, but you know, man, I've known him over 25 years, and uh, I, we've been to his orphanage that he built in Tanzania.
oh,
Uh,
you're telling me stuff I didn't even know about the brother.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wow.
So, uh, I mean, matter of fact, we've taken groups back there, and that's like one of the key places that we stopped at in Tanzania at the orphanage, and so that's been a. I mean, matter of fact, I wasn't I wasn't gonna go to Tanzania until, and this was like actually, during his first time that he ran, until he, said something about the orphanage and like the work that he's doing. I was like, man, I gotta go now. So, I mean, it was like 2-3 months before I had to decide, and I said, after he told me, I was like, I need to be there. So that's what I did. The 2020 or 2000, yeah. So that was a good experience, and so yes, and I mean, like you said, he has a lot of depth to his, knowledge, shall I say. He's traveled all over the world, so I'm glad he's going to be there. So yeah, man, I'm looking forward, and but let's put out, I know it's getting a little late, but I wanted, we got almost 30 minutes to,
Without,
share and, part in the people why they need to come to the, let me grab the flyer here too. I got the flyers. Actually, I got a few. Um, at the Langston Hughes
yeah, like
Community Business Resource Center. Right.
5011 Arbutus Avenue, 21215, right off of Garrison. We'll have our African Legion members there, so you'll be protected. For those who don't know, the African Legion is the security of the UNIA. So brothers will be there, so you'll be safe. But make sure you get to your car when you leave. We'll take care of you, and we're just gonna have a good time. We have DJ Unique. He's gonna be playing. And, just come out. It's not too late to get some tickets. Uh, but right now we're gonna have a nice crowd. It's gonna be fun, and I just can't wait to just see everybody there. Just showing and proving. It's always good when you get black people to come together for something positive.
Right.
So we can just celebrate and not only just celebrate, but celebrate the work of some powerful people. And so, I just can't wait. Thank you so much for helping us promote it, man, because we just doing some powerful work in Baltimore City, man. We've been really trying,
Okay.
and since everything we do comes out fairly well. We packed TNAT. I think had like like maybe 60 people in TNAT for a Kwanzaa event. We've been really hitting the grind, working, and I just can't wait for the spring when we get out there and hit the streets. Just push this Derby as best as possible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Beautiful, beautiful, man. So let me just get it out one more time, everybody, and I'll give out this phone number. This 443-466. That's a good number still.
Yeah, that's a good number. Four four three
All
four
right.
six six 0434.
443-466-0433. Again, 443-466-0433. So in case you see this replaying, I'm gonna replay it a few times tomorrow, and we'll get it going. So that's Saturday, this Saturday, RBG Gala and Awards Night, Baltimore UNIA special event at the Langston Hughes, 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. attended by people who love black people. That's it.
Right. That's what it says.
You don't love black people, stay away. Go home.
Right. Right.
So, all right, my brother. Well, I'll let you go and do your thing, man. Relax your shoulder, whatever you about to do.
Yeah, take one more day from the gym, and I'll talk to you tomorrow morning, 6 o'clock. Call Nelson.
Yeah, right. Oh, yes. So call Nelson tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. Call Nelson show 6 a.m., 6 to 6:30. So yeah, you gotta get some sleep, brother. So make sure
That's right.
make sure
Make sure
you don't
I'm
miss that.
energized.
Yeah, and you got the call-in number, right?
Yes, sir. I'll be good to go. I'll hit you early.
All right. I'm gonna text you the call-in number, and so you'll be ready to go. They may already have it, but either way, so you good. I'll text that to you right now. So thank you all. Thank you for joining me, and I'll listen into your show tomorrow.
All right. Race first, man.
All right. Race first.